saying 10. I mean, even though we stand alone, we stand together.
Ladies and gentlemen, prepare for landing. Fasten your seatbelts. Thank you for flying Air Force Airlines. Oh, me. Call me the captain. Just blaze.
They say a family that plays together stays together, and one that walks apart just falls apart. So together we stand, divided we fall, united we form Voltron and take on all. Let's move, yes. The birds left the nest. I'm all grown up. I gotta fly with the rest. Best of the best is what we strive to be.
Are you ready for this? Bum 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 bum. Are you ready for this? Bum 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 bum. Are you ready for this? You're watching Unpackaged Goods. I'm your host, Jonathan Dieter. Welcome back. So we are back in the office. You're going to see a new layout. Snake plant over here, chair over here. I was talking with too much hands already into the episode, this early in the episode. So I finally got my couch after about a month. The white chairs came in here. I actually could do a legit podcast studio. I have 2 chairs. Can't really see it from where I'm at. Oh, 2 chairs. So get another mic, do a little podcast studio in here. But for time being, we're at the desk. So do I want more gain on this? Is this enough? Do I want just a little bit more? Testing. That sounds better. So back in the office, couch, chairs, we're here. I was setting everything up for this and realized how much fun I have doing this. I got to talk and meet the Taste and Tested girls this afternoon, Katie and Alyssa. They're super sweet. They're in Chicago right now, finishing up at Kellogg. And then Alyssa's coming to New York. Katie's going to LA. So it'll be good to finally meet them in person. They'll be out at Expo West. So it's really fun to meet internet friends and put a face to a name. And let's see. I usually just start with my calendar up and we'll go through last week. I had the Izetta 7-year anniversary. So this is the agency behind AO's Mayo, Molly Bass's AO Mayo, Fly by Jing, Maeve, the dog treats, Little Spoon, Tate's, the cookies, just a bunch of brands that you've seen. And it was so much fun. They had the best. It's a goodie table. So they lay out all the goods and you get to get a tote bag and just go around like it's a free-for-all. And it was so much fun. A lot of really cool people there. I'm always really touched and honored when I get invited to these events. It's really fun. It's really special. So thank you to Angela over at Izetta for inviting me. Really nice of her. And then it was just a week of some meetings, some good coffees, and what else? That's about it. It's finally warming up here in New York, which is really nice. It's been just really cold. So there was a lot of news, the Super Bowl. So maybe we'll go through the Super Bowl ads. Oh my God, my keyboard is hiding under cords. Love a podcast, but thank God for my bigger desk. I don't know how I did this without my big desk. I used to do it the seats, I guess. So we'll go through the news. There's a lot of news. Maybe then we'll go through the Super Bowl ads. I don't know. Maybe we'll go through the Super Bowl ads now. So let's just bring them up. So Super Bowl ads. We're going to start with the ones that caught my eye. Who's going to give me here ad week? Nate's girlfriend works there. Wife, Kendra. They're going to paywall me though. Boo. Where can I just look at the ads? New York Times. Boo. This is just a really difficult way to read the ads. Why doesn't anybody just have like, hey, here are the best ads. Budweiser, American Icons. The Lay's potato chip ad. I almost cried. That was like beautiful when the daughter's there with her dad and he's getting old and all he wants to do is like, go out and work in the field with his daughter and pick the potatoes again. That was beautiful. Oh my goodness. I think that's where you see really family ties and people who have grown up in these parts of the country where farming is a big part of everyday life and culture. And a lot of people own farms. And I think being able to touch into that emotional side of things is really cool. Pepsi taking a shot at the Coca-Cola bear, I thought there were a lot of jabs, a lot of people. I think it kind of shows how marketing right now is meant to be playful. Marketing right now is meant to spark a conversation and have fun. And I think getting consumers to try products anymore is so easy that if you are able to poke fun at another product and say, hey, here's a reason why you should try mine, that's a great way to get a consumer. And so Goodwill Dunkin' commercial was hilarious. I loved that. That was really nostalgic. Let's see, I'm just going through some of these. The NFL one with the coach and the little Pop Warner football team. Oh, that was so good.
not CPG related. Bud Light remains king. Their stacked lineup with Shane Gillis and Post Malone and Peyton Manning. That was a really good one. I think that's the other thing is when you're able to just get a stacked lineup of celebrities and hometown heroes and people that people love, their comedy, their music, their athletic careers. It's a great way to really lean into advertising. Let me keep going through here. What else did I really like? Just trying to think. Oh, there was one that really caught my eye. Oh, obviously the Mike Tyson one was powerful. It was just authentic. Him talking about him being chubby and almost 300 pounds and the importance of eating healthy food. It's not political. It's good food isn't a question, period, and what we put in our bodies. So I thought that was a very powerful commercial that a lot of people didn't want to talk about. But we're going to talk about it here because that's important. And what you put in your body is important. What you put in your kid's body, if you're a parent, is important. What you put in your parents' body, if you have older parents, is important. So I think the fact that we're having the conversation, they're making it a Super Bowl out of it, it's pretty cool. Let's see. Pringles. I love Pringles. Obviously, then adding Sabrina Carpenter to it. It's tough to miss there. A lot of Backstreet Boys. Liquid IV. This is a good one. Damn, they must be balling. They can afford that. There were a lot of commercials. I talked about the real food, Mike Tyson, important, powerful. There's one I'm forgetting on the brand. I looked it up, though. So Nerds, this was interesting. So Nerds candies are just crap. It's just all sugar and shit. And they got Andy Cohen to endorse it and to be the lead in that commercial. And I thought that was really interesting because he's a new parent of just 2 young kids. And I'm sure it was a big paycheck, but not really a brand health or food-wise that I would give it to my kids if I had kids. I never really liked Nerds. I never really had a lot of candy growing up because it was bad for your teeth, packed with sugar and shit. I don't think Nerds has changed a whole lot. So, interesting endorsement. I'm definitely going to get some Oakley Meta glasses, the big training ones, mind of its own. Start talking too much with the hands, shit goes wild. So Oakley Meta, a lot of AI jabs back and forth between Anthropic, which is Amazon-backed, and ChatGPT, OpenAI, Novo Nordic, Wegovy. There was, the Serena Williams GLP-1 commercial. A lot of GLP-1, and so I think that it just reaffirms the thing we were talking about last week with Maeve and GLP-1 products and focus products. So you have a whole new cohort of consumers now that are going to struggle with getting their nutrients. And so I think this is a huge area for people. Make It Poppy, leaning into Charlie XCX. She's a global superstar, and people love her and gravitate to her, and she had this whole ethos to her with the Brat era, and people just loved it. Last 2 summers ago was Brat Summer, and so smart. We're gonna keep going. Where is it, the one I was looking for? Damn, it's really low on this list, and I thought it was good. It's not even on this list. First skincare brand, I'll find it. I didn't even talk about Kellogg's. Is that even in here? I think that just what you're seeing is that consumers are starting to pay attention to what they are consuming from an ingredient standpoint. They also buy into a vibe. They buy into an ethos, a lifestyle. So Super Bowl's great. Boring game. Seahawks won. Was happy for them. Let's dive into the news. So no interview this week. We're heading to Mexico on Thursday. So one of my best friends from 2nd grade, his bachelor party, one of our best friends from high school, they're doing a joint bachelor party in Solita, Nayarit, Mexico. There's like 30 of us going. It's going to be peaceful relaxation, toes in the sand, lots of tacos. Going to have the best time. Hopefully come back with a little tan. I hope we'll see. So it is Tuesday evening. You can see we started a little bit earlier, but it's getting dark. So we're going to finish this, make some dinner, chop it up, post it. Oh, gotta run in earlier, which means I'm really dehydrated. What a break. So a lot of fun headlines. I've been talking about Once Upon a Farm for forever, but they finally went public. They're trading on the New York Stock Exchange. Congratulations. I was talking to one of my friends this morning, and he said it's his son's one of his favorite snacks that he eats, and he eats it a lot. And so this is what we were talking about a week or 2 ago, that you're going to see a lot of dads who are seeing this in the kitchen, who also are investing on behalf of the family. And so I think Once Upon a Farm is going to continue to make ingrounds with institutional investors. And I think companies like Little Spoon and other better for you baby companies are going to be really just a trend, I think, of 2027. I think we're starting to see it heat up this year. You're seeing a lot of new better for you baby brands coming out. You're only going to see that amplified next year. I think that's going to be kind of like new protein, really, is the better for you baby movement. So not fiber, better for you baby movement. So a hot take. Don't even get me in trouble. We'll see. Check it out. What are that today? Let's check it out. Once upon a farm stock. Oh my God, I'm really misaligned on the keyboard right now. Once upon a farm. Oh my goodness. They popped up to $21. So I see. So they opened at $20. No, they opened at $21. And then they closed Monday at $21. And was today the 10th? So Monday, bang, up to $24. I bet the options, they're crazy on this. I wonder if this is a buzzy name online on Wall Street Bets and stuff. I'll have to do a little due diligence into that. Actually, should we just do that right now? So that's what's fun about getting listed on my podcast is because I'm going to give you time updates. And where is that? Discord. Wait, something just happened. Let's just cut it really quick right there. Alrighty, so I was just diving deep into the world of discourse to try to see how Once Upon a Farm has been trending and buzzing amongst the degenerate traders online. And then my mic died. My thing that takes care of the audio died. So we're back. We didn't lose anything. It was a good transition. I'm getting much better at interruptions. That's what makes you better at a craft. Is you got to fucking miss. You got to make errors. You got to figure out how to fix the stuff on the fly, and only makes you sharper. It's like hitting tennis serves. So the Marzetti Group, $400 million barbecue bet. So Bachan's, you've seen them everywhere. This is just really good Asian-inspired barbecue sauce. So just looking at their roster, they have a lot of different fusions. And they have the original, but then they have some garlic-based one. They have some green onion-based ones. They have some lemon-based ones. They really just play into authentic ethnic heritage. It proves that cultural authenticity plus superior execution creates defensible value propositions in crowded categories. Heritage flavors with modern branding and distribution excellence justify premium valuations when they solve real customer problems. Better than commodity alternatives. So great sauce. Really love adding it to rice whenever I have it, chicken, so you name it. So no surprise here. The Marzetti company, they already license a lot of other brands. And so let's just do a quick, you want to learn something. So the Marzetti company, the better food company, they call themselves. So you come here, let's look at their food service company. Interesting. Oh, wow. Our family of brands. Their licensing partners are Chick-fil-A, Buffalo Wild Wings, Olive Garden, Arby's, Beep Up, Subway, and Texas Roadhouse. Texas Roadhouse. Wow. That's a really massive reach. I think that's a really big play for CPG brands this year is like, can you get into food chains? Food chains are trying to stay up to date with the consumer. And I think having buzzy CPG brands, either sauces on the table or front of house, grab and go stuff, I think is going to be a massive market for them. You watch that start to evolve here in 2027. Just calling the future. We're not talking about what's going to happen this summer. We're talking about trends. We're setting the trends. Willie Remedy to Willie Nelson. He closed a $15 million Series A, led by Left Lane Capital, after hitting $80 million run rate in less than a year. So the June Shine Brands partnership has sold over 400,000 bottles and recently debuted at Total Wine & More. This proves that celebrity cannabis brands work when they combine authentic personal connection and operational excellence. Totally agree. I got to try it. I have not tried it. So when a country music legend builds THC beverage empires, cultural authenticity drives business success. Funding frenzy. It just seems like CAVU, SEMCAP, these big consumer names have no plan of slowing down anytime soon. It's validation for the space. It's so funny. I tagged this new cottage cheese. It's sauce. It's not a dip. It's not a sauce. It's dressing. Benji's. I tagged him in my weekly review video that I do on Mondays. And he was like, why did you tag me in this? Meanwhile, I was talking about SEMCAP doubling down on their good culture investment. So they invested an additional $55 million into good culture. Yes, the cottage cheese brand. So they're doubling down on their 2021 investment alongside majority investor El Catterton. So this signals continued confidence in the cottage cheese category. So that's why I tagged you in it. Cottage cheese is hot. It's a good time to be building. So people like cheese, Cotto, Joe from Smearcase, really smart. I thought it was a trend. I wasn't so confident on the cottage cheese trend, but gotta go where the money's flowing. So Proper Wild, 10 million energy expansion. So New York-based clean energy shot and gummy brand Proper Wilds, they raised 10 million after growing their energy shot 550. Did I get that right? 550% in year over year, expanding to 65,000 retail doors in 25. Huge. Pretty branding. Have not tried it yet. This demonstrates, though, how clean energy brands can scale rapidly when they solve real consumer problems through superior formulation and distribution execution. 550% growth in energy shot signals that functional convenience continue to drive massive category expansion. These little juice shots, anything in the form of shot where you can get your wellness, I think is going to be super popular because people like the grab and go. People like the convenience of it. People, they don't have to carry it around for a while if they don't finish it. You finish it in one sip. Cool branding, clean, all-day energy. These ready-to-drink energy drinks, coffees, you name it, that have caffeine in them. Big. You're not going to finish them in an hour, maybe. I drink these things in minutes. But people don't want to carry around a can with them all day. So I understand why Proper Wild is going to have success and continue to have success. Merger Mania. So Bar, UK beverage consolidation. So Scottish beverage firm AG Bar, owned by Irn-Bru, acquired premium mixers brand Fentimans for £38 million and UK fruit beverage brand Frobishers for £13 million. Building a portfolio of differentiated beverage brands with established distribution networks. I love it. This is pretty branding too. This bar cola, cream soda, bubblegum flavor. Cool. Someone 2 weeks ago or a couple weeks ago asked us to do a deep dive on the Hain Celestial's strategic divestment. Here you go. So Hain's, they sold their North American snack division to Canadian manufacturer Snack Ruptors for $115 million cash. Interesting. Divesting brands like Garden Veggie Snacks, Terra, and Garden of Eden. The division represented around 22% of net sales, but contributed negligible EBITDA over the past 12 months. Earnings before interest, taxes, and appreciation. Did I get that right? So when CPG giants divest low-margin businesses to focus on higher-margin categories, they're prioritizing profitability over revenue growth. Makes sense, right? Hain's strategic shift towards tea, yogurt, children's nutrition, and meal prep targets categories with 30% gross margins. I can't tell if the dog's at the door. I don't know. So Garden of Eden, those are really good tortilla chips. I don't think I've had Garden Veggies Puffs in a really long time, but the veggie straws were really popular. I used to have those. Just looking at their other brands that they have. So I would say these are generally like dying brands. The Snack Ruptors, $115 million cash. Probably just going to rebrand everything and take the formulations and see what they can do with it. So really smart. Big CPG is really making some strategic moves this year. I think you're going to see more investments, acquisitions in areas that they can't innovate in. So continue to keep an eye out for that. It's going to be big. And their TrueBar acquisition finally closed. So $173 million acquisition of Protein TrueBar, taking the company private after years of public market challenges. So no surprise. I've been at TrueBar a long time. Some other notable deals: Roundtable Healthcare Partners acquired mineral sunscreen brand Color Science, which generated approximately $100 million in sales and $15 million in EBITDA in 2025. And Edgewell Personal Care divested its feminine care division to Essity for $340 million to focus on sunscare, skincare, and grooming. Some big divestments this week. So the data digest, let's strip through here. So Tony's Chocolonely, I've had this once, it was fine. They're defying industry trends. So they achieved 20% revenue growth to £240 million in 2025, driven by both volume increases and pricing power, while the broader chocolate industry experienced volume declines for the second straight year. I've seen a lot of chocolate brands slowly but surely dying and not taking up as much shelf space as they used to. So I think it's really tough with the price of cacao, and I think differentiating yourself is really hard in the better for you chocolate. Everyone's better for you at this point. So how do you win? Taste. That's how you win. You have to taste good. You have to make the consumer trust you. You have to make the consumer want to buy you again. You have to be ingrained in their habit. You have to be so good that next time they go to the grocery store, they make sure that you're in your cart. or they go to a grocery store out of their way to make sure that they get you. Who likes my new charm bracelet? it's so stupid. The cannabis beverage acceleration that's just going to be continue to be hot this year. So Uncle Arnie, they scaled from 400K in year 1, 2020, to over 25 million annually. That's a crazy growth story. It just shows you the canned cannabis space is huge and only growing. And I think the easier entry points, the 5 milligrams, 10 milligrams, a little bit easier for, there it goes. Start talking with my fucking hands and it just, no, turn off. There we go. It clicks me back pretty quickly. There we go. I got all these lights. I'm like blinded. We're still on though.
Look like a train in the middle.
If this doesn't work out, Grammy nominated superstar. So we've been talking a lot about the RTD drinks. So the spirit market continues to expand. I don't partake in this anymore because I don't drink anymore. But the RTD wine and spirit sales grew nearly $1 billion in 2025, according to Nielsen IQ, with Buzzball and Cutwater delivering solid growth. And High Noon, they pulled back. So I think people want less seltzers and they want more fuck me up really fast. And that's what these little Buzzballs and what's the other one that the fuck is that called? New York Times. They're definitely not going to have it. RT cocktail. Oh, it was Beatbox. That's what I'm thinking about. Gut health claims surge. According to Mintel, 5% of new beverages in 2025 featured gut health claims, up from just 1% in 2020, indicating massive category expansion and functional digestive health positioning. No surprise here. People want tummies to make them feel better. Product launches and collabs. Pepsi and Vacation Sunscreen launched their Wild Cherry Lip Balm. I bet it tastes really good. It has SPF 30, exclusively at Target. Lemme and Kylie Cosmetics launched Skin Glaze gummies exclusively at Ulta Beauty, bringing the Kourtney Kardashian supplements together and with her half-sister's beauty empire. We talked about that last week. Creatine category expansion. So Koia launched Strawberry Elite Plus creatine exclusively at always fuck this up. Publix, combining 32 grams of protein with 1 gram of creatine. Momentous expanded their creatine chews with mango and strawberry flavors. And UK brand Hustle launched creatine nutrition bars with 18 grams of protein and 5 grams of creatine per bar. Creatine is going to continue to be very popular. I'm going to do a segment on creatine, what creatine is, why we take it, why it's good for you. It's really had to glow up in a rebrand from being a gym bro, muscle bro, gym tan laundry, their best friend, to a brain supplement. So I take it every day and I'm fucking firing on all cylinders. That was close. I can't with my hands because my camera will start going crazy. Let's keep going. GLP-1 targeted products. We've been talking about this huge market opportunity. So California juice maker Langers released No Worries, a GLP-1 support beverage with 12 grams of dietary fiber, inulin, magnesium, calcium, and functional fruit juices, targeting the 30 million Americans taking appetite suppression medications. Crazy. Like I said, new product market. It's huge. So if you can start mixing these in, there's a lot of people who are on GLP-1s and still drink. So a lot of opportunities for them to get this mixer in their hands. Venturi Bold Brew launched with 6 unique nitro cold brew flavors, including strawberry hibiscus, blueberry basil, sweet tea lemonade. Al's Brew announced spiked pop hard soda, launching in March with classic flavors like cream soda and pineapple dew. Distribution domination. So Bloom launched their soda pop. So their Better For You soda line at Sam's Club. Midday Squares launched their No Bread PB&J at Walmart Canada. So the fitness channel growth, I thought this was really interesting. Ketone IQ launched nationwide Lifetime fitness centers. Lifetime continues to dominate. I could do a whole segment on how they have taken over the fitness scene in New York. They have almost run a lap around Equinox at this point, just in terms of what I'm not a member at Lifetime, so I can't speak on what they offer. But from what I've heard, cold plunge, dry sauna, pickleball courts, classes, amenities, nicer than Equinox, heels, you name it. Everything that Equinox got rid of and doesn't have, Lifetime was like, let's go fill this gap. And they did, and they have. And so this is interesting. I think if you're a CPG brand that is at all targeting athletes or is some sort of ready to drink, ready to eat, grab and go, you should be talking to Lifetime, Equinox. Try to get your product front of house. Great opportunity for you. Free advice. All right, so a couple more distribution news. So the drinks I really like, Whey and Roxy Supercube, both launched nationwide at Sprouts. New Primal, they launched at Kroger. And so my hot take, we're all done here. So this week crystallized something profound about the current CPG landscape. Authenticity and execution beat innovation and trends every single time. Once Upon a Farm's New York Stock Exchange debut proves that solving real parenting problems through premium positioning creates legitimate institutional investment opportunities. Willie Nelson's 80 million beverage run rate demonstrates that authentic personal connection trumps manufactured celebrity endorsements. Marzetti paying $400 million in Bachan's Japanese barbecue sauce validates that cultural heritage plus superior execution commands massive premiums in commodity categories. Meanwhile, Hain Celestial's divesting low-margin snack brands, showing how legacy CPG companies are finally prioritizing profitability over revenue growth. The most telling signal? SEMCAP's additional $55 million investment in good culture after their successful exit strategy. When successful investors double down at higher valuations, they're betting on accelerated growth, not just market maintenance. Good culture didn't just disrupt cottage cheese. They created a scalable platform that justified continued institutional investment. Tony's Chocolonely achieving 4% volume growth while the broader chocolate industry contracted proves that mission-driven brands with superior execution transcend commodity market challenges. When premium positioning creates volume growth during industry downturns, you've built something truly defensible. So the creatine explosion across multiple brands signals that strength training has moved definitely mainstream. When protein brands, supplement companies, and nutrition bar manufacturers all trace creatine positioning simultaneously, the fitness optimization economy has reached critical mass. But here's what excites me the most. The GLP-1 opportunity is still in its infancy. Langer's launching fiber-rich, no worries for GLP-1 users represents early category creation for 30 million Americans who need specialized nutritional support. This isn't trend chasing, it's problem solving at massive scale. The lesson for every founder: don't chase white space. Find massive existing problems that underserved populations will pay premium prices to solve. Whether that's premium baby nutrition, authentic ethnic condiments, or GLP-1 nutritional support, money follows authentic value creation. So that's it. Coming to our podcast. If you haven't yet, please rate us 5 stars and leave a review. It helps for discoverability and people finding the podcast. So if you like this, you've enjoyed this, please share it with someone, send it to someone, coworker, friend, family, whoever. It means the world to me. So we're going to continue to do this. I'm off to Mexico on Thursday. I'm not going to interrupt any of my work because that's what we do, and we love this. And now my hands are going. So, alrighty. So, one more thing before you close this tab. This newsletter or this episode was brought to you by Trophy Wife because you were the prize, and so is the salt. Alrighty. What else do we have this week? That's fucking it. So, I'm hungry now. All right, I'm gonna go eat. All right, we out.